Both Rey and Kylo Ren, two characters that were introduced in The Force Awakens that will be making their final return in Episode 9, are actually being put in a different direction by JJ and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, a lot of people have been wondering about two things in Episode 9, Kylo Ren's endgame and, of course, Rey's path. Of course, what's to come in Episode 9 now remains a mystery when it comes to those two different things. However, a lot of people are talking about the concept of Reylo. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which specifically has all to do with a moment between both Kylo Ren and Rey that really does translate to a Reylo sequence in Episode 9. Specifically, a description of both Rey and Kylo Ren inside of a temple of some kind with fire in the background. However, fire as if a battle just occurred. The two are drawn close to each other as if they are about to kiss, but not just yet, with Kylo's hand on Rey's shoulder and Rey with her eyes closed, and kissing Ren's hand on her shoulder. No lips are touched, but this matches up with the emotional scene that is to be shot between Driver and Ridley this December, where they will both be on different sets, which could indicate that this is a Force Bond sequence, once again. Both Adam and Daisy have rehearsed for the scene that will impact the audience in a unique way. It's a special scene that will change how the audience members view the characters from the past two films. So this is most definitely what a lot of fans out there would call a Reylo moment in Episode 9, basically a romance between both Kylo Ren and Rey. Now, some people are very drawn to the idea, they actually do love that idea, while there are others out there who hate the idea and kind of compare it to the Twilight series, and I can totally understand everybody from all fronts here involving both Kylo Ren and Rey. Now, to me, if you look at the two characters, they pretty much are a parallel between, of course, Anakin and Padme, and that's one reason as to why we do see the connections there. Now, one thing I will say is that the whole concept of Reylo, or a romance between the two characters, it needs to be done right. They can't just do it for the heck of it, because I view Kylo Ren as a killer. He is a man who killed his father, even though he didn't hate his father. He is also a man who has slaughtered dozens upon dozens of people that we know of so far, including Luke Skywalker's new generation of Jedi. So the man is a murderer, and that's the only thing that kind of draws the line between, you know, a group of fans and another group of fans on agreeing about the whole Reylo concept in Star Wars Episode 9. Now, to me, I think that they can make it work if they go through some obstacles here and kind of do it in a correct pattern. Now, it's going to be hard to pull off, I think, for some fans out there, because there are a lot of fans out there, and I have seen this, where they just don't agree with the concept of Reylo at all whatsoever. They resent the idea of that. And hey, to each his own, you know, everybody's got their opinion, that's perfectly fine. I totally accept that. But I think it's pretty much safe to say that both J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio are now invested in creating this relationship between both Kylo and Rey. And we have heard about this before, you know, a couple of months ago, that they would actually be growing their relationship in this movie in a very unique and unpredictable way. So maybe it will be a tragic romance, kind of like Romeo and Juliet. That's just a prediction of mine. It seems as so that Rian Johnson set things up in The Last Jedi where Finn is no longer pretty much going to be the romantic character toward Rey. That is all between both Finn and Rose now because of the kiss scene on the planet Crate, which, by the way, in The Last Jedi, I don't know about you guys, but I found that kiss scene to be quite awkward, just the way it was, just how it flowed. But looking at both Kylo Ren and Rey, alright, the concept of Reylo, I do notice that there's a lot of people that love and agree with the idea, and that's awesome. You know, everybody likes, you know, their own opinions, and that's fine. I, however, am kind of conflicted about the idea between the fact that Kylo Ren's a murderer, he killed his own father, Han Solo, and on the other hand of things, you know, Rey seems like she has this emotional attachment to him. So if they're going to pull this off, I think that they really have to do something right. Now, the sequence, alright, the description of these two characters in a temple with fire in the background as if a battle just occurred, sounds like it's going to be during the ending of this movie in the third act, right? Now, the thing here is this. If they do it in a tragic romantic way, I think that works better. Because I think that could be the moment in time in which Kylo Ren somewhat returns back to the light and pretty much, you know, regrets everything he did throughout all these different years, right? Killing Luke's new generation Jedi, killing his father, indirectly killing his uncle Luke. I just don't know how they're going to work around that, but we'll have to wait and see if he even does get a redemption arc in this movie. As far as the sequence where both Adam and, of course, Daisy are going to be filming a scene with each other where Adam will be on a totally different set and Rey will also be on a totally different set, not the same exact location. That to me sounds like it is indeed going to be a Force Bond sequence in Episode 9, and they kind of hinted at that in Episode 8. At the very end of The Last Jedi, we do see that it's still active between the two. Now sure, that could also be a hint that Snoke is alive. That's another thing for certain. I would really love to hear your opinions about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.